Welcome to another in the FinTalks series of podcasts organised by FinanceMalta. I'm Vanessa McDonald and we're here today to talk to one of our new members at FinanceMalta, Gate.com, and I have with me the founder, Lin Han. Dr. Han.
Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Yeah, you actually founded Gate back in 2013 and you really believed in cryptocurrency. I understand that you actually bought Bitcoin shares when they were only $30. So that must have been quite an exciting journey for you.
That's right.
Dr. Han, one of the things I wanted to ask you was about an article, an interview you gave recently about cryptocurrency. And you said that the percentage of people who hold cryptocurrency is still actually quite a small percentage and that there is a lot of room to grow. What do you think is the bottleneck? Why aren't people investing in cryptocurrency when there are such great returns to be made?
Right, actually, several years ago when I started the business, the population who hold Bitcoin or the other crypto is very, very low. Like 13 years ago, there's only like 1 million people who own crypto all over the world. But now it actually is growing very fast. Until today, actually in all over the world, there's almost 600 million users who hold crypto. The penetration rate is around 10%, But I still think there's a lot of space we can grow. So you mentioned that there's some of the barriers for people who don't want to invest into crypto, although they invest into stocks, real estate, but for crypto, they are hesitate. The very reason because of the reputation of crypto, people got scared. They don't know crypto. They don't know. Maybe they hear some news, about something bad about crypto, about Bitcoin, because of the applications in some of the dark area. But actually, you can see that nowadays, more and more people, serious people, and also serious, enterprise, they also getting into this industry. They actually spend some of their money to invest into crypto. So, the amount of money invested into crypto is increasing, incredibly, especially in these 2-3 years, because we can see some models like Tesla, they also invest into crypto, right? And also in US, use ETF. So people they don't need to hold crypto, they can buy ETF. It's from the traditional financial market, right? It's easier for them, to manage crypto asset investment, right? It's very good for them. For us, actually, we are a platform. We provide crypto service for the users. For us, actually, our task is that we are going to lower the barrier for people to accept crypto. They don't need to, if they don't know how to do that, how to hold crypto, how to manage crypto, we supply the platform, we let them to easily hold and invest into crypto.
I think it's a little bit misleading because we talk about crypto as though it's only one thing. There's more than one currency now.
Right. That's right.
So with several dozen currencies now, I think people need to be a little bit more careful. But you mentioned reputation. Right. So this is one of the biggest problems. It's not just fraud and so on, it's also cybersecurity. How does a company like Gate actually overcome this?
Yes, cybersecurity is a very important thing. But not only cybersecurity, but the other stuff, people need to be aware of that. There's many risks in crypto industry. If there are newcomers to crypto industry, they need to be very careful. One thing is that you mentioned that it's not only one Bitcoin asset, but there's also Ethereum, Solana, also the other tokens. Actually, nowadays, more and more tokens coming out very quickly, every day. Every day on the blockchain, there's more than 15,000 new tokens launched.
Oh gosh.
That's a huge number.
That is a huge number, yes.
Yes. In each year now, more than 10 million new tokens launched. So for the new people here, the very important thing is that they need to learn. They need to learn what the token is, which token is stable, which token is utilized for all kind of stuff. They need to do the research by their own. It's a very important thing. Otherwise, I advise them to stay for only the top tokens like Bitcoin, Ethereum, only the top ones. Otherwise, the risk is too high for them. And another thing is the cybersecurity.
Especially for retail investors,
That's right.
whose risk appetite is much less than.
That's right. So retail users, they need to spend time on that. Institutional users, they are professional, right? So they can do their research for sure.
But the level of digital literacy for retail investors is much lower.
That's right. So another very important thing you mentioned that is the security thing. Cybersecurity, now is very serious. In each year, there's like more than 10 billion crypto assets got stolen on the internet, on blockchain. Some of them they are stolen by national hackers, like North Korean hackers. It's a very serious problem. So they attack not only the normal person, but also the cryptocurrency exchange and also DeFi applications. So it's a very serious problem. So for us, we have the responsibility to protect users from hacking. So we provide the hardware, wallet, hardware modules to protect them, and also we have the software algorithm, different kind of protections altogether from different layers, not only one layer, for 1, 2, 3, 4 different layers to protect them from the hackers. So we spend the time with the hackers. We have the experience with them for many years, so we know how they attack. We know how to protect the users.
And you can preempt them because the criminals always seem to be one step ahead.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
But you're very transparent as a company. I noticed when I was checking online about Gate that you provide quarterly reports and so on, and I think that must give a level of reassurance to the market. No?
That's right. A few years ago, I still remember in 2022. Because of FTX crash, you still remember that event? For cryptocurrency exchange, we work like at the beginning. We work like a centralized exchange. So we manage all the assets for the users by the exchange. So we hold all the assets. People don't know what's inside, how you manage the fund, right? So there's some area we can as a cryptocurrency exchange we can utilize the crypto asset to do the other stuff, right? So for example, lending or investment. FTX, issue let us know that actually we need the transparency from the exchange. We need to know where our asset put. For us actually, we let people know. We show them. We use them like Merkle tree and also zero-knowledge technology to show people to prove that actually we hold their asset in the wallet only. We have 100% of the reserve for the users. So their assets are safe. We don't use the asset to do like a high risk investment for them, right? So that's actually, as you mentioned, that transparency is a very important thing for the users. You need to know.
Especially with, as you say, the reputational concerns, because people are, they, as you say, they read the news, and unfortunately they don't draw a distinction between one exchange and another, between one cryptocurrency.
Right.
And another.
Right.
But you mentioned something which I'm really interested in, which is blockchain.
Yes.
What is the future of blockchain? I mean, if you're looking 5 years in the future, do you see it being used more and more?
For sure. When we want to see the future of the blockchain, and I think that's the first I need to think about in the past of the blockchain. When you see the past, you can see that as a few years ago, when we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, the blockchain, the performance is quite low. So for Bitcoin, you can only have like 7 transactions per second, right? It's quite low. People can do a lot of things based on that. They can do transactions to send money to the other people. But the compatibility is very low. Even for Ethereum, it's only like 15 transactions per second. So you can do some stuff, but definitely you cannot do a lot. So, but nowadays you can see that, people are working with the technology, with research to solve this kind of problem. We want to have a decentralization, but at the same time, we want to have high performance. And now we have different kinds of solutions, for example, layer 2 solution. Layer 2 solution, on the layer 2 solution, you can have much lower cost and a much higher transaction speed. So, for the future, actually, we can see that there's a very high demand from the users, from different kind of applications, from the enterprise. We need a much higher speed, capacity, and also much lower cost. So we can, accommodate much more applications. On blockchain, We call it D-app, decentralized app. For nowadays, we have more than 10,000 D-apps, on chain, and there are more and more. So definitely we need much higher capability. So in the future, for sure, I think we will have like new developed consensus technology, developed blockchain technology. We all have like good decentralization and also good performance. Yeah.
We've spoken a little bit about the technology and so on, but of course one of the most important points as well is regulation. We've talked about the reputation and cybersecurity and so on, but it also comes down to regulation. Now, I understand that Gate has now got a MiCA license through the Malta Financial Services Authority since last October.
Right.
You also have other licensing in different jurisdictions and so on. What is going to happen now with regards to passporting? I understand that there are perhaps attempts being made, including at EU level, to try and restrict the passporting, which is really what happened in gaming too, where countries try to ring fence and protect their own jurisdiction. Is that going to help or hinder?
Actually, we have a very long time experience with local regulator in Malta, MFSA. We came here in 2018, 7 years ago. So we communicate with MFSA. So we talk about the regulation of crypto. So I do have a very good experience with them because they are very fast. So you can see that MFSA, they are the first, almost one of the first, regulator who did this regulation for crypto in the world. Back in like 7 years ago, crypto is quite new thing. There's almost no regulation rules in all the world. So we find that actually Malta governments, they released the new regulation for crypto, but we were very happy. So we moved to Malta very quickly. So we talked with them, deep into that. They are also very open to that, because we tell them, difficulty of us, what we want to provide. They learn, what we want to be regulated, and we always communicate with each other. Very important thing is that in crypto world, everything is developing very fast. It's not like a financial and traditional finance, right? So everything is stable already. Blockchain, a lot of new things. Not only Bitcoin, not only blockchain, crypto, but nowadays we also have like a DeFi. We have D-app. We have all different kind of new stuff coming up very quickly. So we need a way to communicate with the regulator, quickly. So we let them know what's new here, what we need, what's difficult of us, in this industry. They need to learn from us so that we can work together much better. So that's also I'm thinking we prefer to stay with the Malta regulator so that actually we can work still in this way. It's very efficient. I think we also benefit from the industry. Centralized regulation from Europe, I think it's still too early now. So this is my opinion of that.
Okay, that's interesting because I understand that Malta is actually your first EU license.
That's right.
So if you can't passport, then it's going to limit a great deal. But I think what you said about regulation is very important, and also the speed of regulation. And I think that is one of the things that the MFSA has been very, very positive about, because it, as you say, they were able to introduce the Virtual Financial Asset Act years ago and so on. So we've got a lot of interesting things coming up in the future. And thank you very much for being with us today to share your insight.
Thanks a lot for your time. Thank you.